The concept is order of reaction and their examples. So simultaneously, we derive the equations for each and every order of reactions. So the rate equations for in our syllabus, that is only derived for the first order reactions or the kinetic equations, and second one is the second order kinetic equations. Okay, so these two rate of reactions or the order of reactions having derivations, and they ask in your university examinations also, first order and second order kinetics. So first order kinetics having a one equations only, but the second order kinetics or the second order equations, it is two equations is there for the two different reactions. One is the equal concentrations reaction and second one is the unequal concentrations reactions. So let me start the lectures. So with the simple concept, that is the order of reactions and their examples. So this is your chemical kinetics concept, right? And I just point covered in this concept, that is a zero order reactions, pseudo unimolecular reactions, those reactions which is the unimolecular but just look like a unimolecular reactions. So that is called as the pseudo unimolecular reactions. Uh, then the first order reaction and second order reactions and their examples, their derivations. So the derivations for only first order and second order reactions. So these are the points which will be covered, and the next point, it is the examples of zero order reactions, first order reactions, second order reactions, and the pseudo unimolecular reactions. So all these points will be covered in this concept. Okay, order of reaction and their examples and all. So some two order first and second order reactions and their derivations. So this is the concept which will be covered in this. Okay, now what is the learning outcome? So once we understand this concept, order of reactions, their examples and derivations, so what we know? So we know the order of reactions of zero and order, first order, second order, and unimolecular reactions, pseudo unimolecular reactions. And then we understand the derivations of first and second order chemical kinetics or these reactions. Again, we learn the examples of the first, second, and zero order reactions. So this is the learning outcome. And now we grasp the knowledge about the characteristics of first and second order reactions also. So this is all about the learning outcome of this concept, right? So move towards the concept, that is the zero order reactions. So friends, which reactions, chemical reactions, it is called as the zero order reactions. A reaction is said to be zero order if the rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of all the products or the reactant. एखाद्या रिएक्शनचा जर रेट हा जर त्याच्या रिएक्टंटवर किंवा प्रॉडक्टवर डिपेंड नसेल, तो इंडिपेंडंट असेल, तर त्याला आपण झिरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन्स असं म्हणतो. In zero order reactions, the concentration of reactant does not change with the time and the rate of reaction is constant throughout the reactions. So therefore, in which the rate of reactions or rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant molecule. अशी रिएक्शन्स की ज्या रिएक्शन्स मध्ये त्या रिएक्शनचा रेट किंवा व्हेलॉसिटी किंवा स्पीड ही त्याच्या रिएक्टंटवर डिपेंड नसतंय किंवा त्याचं चेंज, कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन चेंज होते त्याच्यावर डिपेंड नसते, अशा रिएक्शन्सला आपण काय म्हणतोय? झिरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इफ यू कन्सिडर दिस इज अ जनरल रिएक्शन. जर तुम्ही ही जनरल रिएक्शन्स कन्सिडर केली असेल, A is an reactant molecule is converted into the product, right? And in these reactions, the rate of this reaction, it is rate is equals to the d of concentration of A upon dt is equals to the rate law is K into the concentration of reactant molecule A. And here is we put the zero, that is your the concentration of reactant A is does not depends on this rate of your reaction is does not depends on the this concentration of reactant molecule A. So it is independent on the concentration of reactant molecule A, and therefore this rate of reaction, it is zero order reactions. Okay, so mathematical equations for zero order reactions. This is not in your syllabus. Just we understand for reactions of the type A is converted into the product. So d of x upon dt is directly proportional to the uh, concentration of A. So therefore dx upon dt is equals to k, because A is zero, right? So it is independent of the is your zero order reaction is independent on the concentration of A, and therefore we can write here k only. Okay. So if you integrating on rearrange these equations, we get the equation integration of dx equals to k into dx integration of dt. So the integration of dx is equals to x equals to k is the constant, and integration of dt is the t plus c, that is the constant, integrating constant. So at the beginning of this reactions, when x equals to 0 and t equals to 0, time 0 असणार आणि त्यावेळेस product सुद्धा 0 असेल. So the no product is formed. Therefore, the reactions must be x equals to k into t. So this is the generalized equations for the zero order reactions. आता याला जर k च्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहायचं असेल तर k equals to x upon t आपण असं लिहू शकतो. This is the mathematical equations for the zero order reactions, but this is not included in our syllabus. Okay, so don't bother about the equations of zero order reactions. Okay, only the definitions of zero order reactions. This is an examples of zero order reaction. This is the rate law of zero order reactions. It is included in our syllabus. So if it is rate is does not depends upon the concentration of reactant molecule A, so the graph is like this. So it is a horizontal graph. It is independent of this one. So friends, so just keep in your mind the definitions and the rate law of zero order reactions. Now, so zero order reactions equation is x equals to k into t. So we can write equals to k is equals to x upon t also. So this is the zero order equations. There are the rate equations for zero order. And the most important things in your syllabus, that is the examples of zero order reactions. This is every times it is asked in the university examinations, the examples of zero order reactions. So, and definitions of zero order reaction. So, examples of zero order reaction, it is photochemical reactions between the hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. So, if it is the hydrogen and chlorine gases reacts to each other in presence of H nu, that is the light, and it formations of the two HCl molecules. So, what will be happen in these reactions? The photochemical combinations of the hydrogen and chlorine gas, when it is exposed to light or the sunlight. This is an examples of the zero order reactions. What is the exact happening in these zero order reactions? The reaction is studied by this confirming the gas over the water, and the rate is observed by rise of water in the vessel. Okay, जिस काय केलं जातंय की दोन गॅस आहे, क्लोरीन आणि हायड्रोजन गॅस, हे गॅस पाण्यावरून सोडला जाते आणि पाण्यावरून सोडल्या गेल्यानंतर असं बघण्यात येते की पाण्याची जी लेवल आहे, राईज ऑफ वॉटर लेवल, ती वेसल मधली इन्क्रीज होते. का? कारण हायड्रोजन आणि क्लोरीन हे जर कंबाईन होत असेल तर HCl हा तयार होतोय, आणि HCl काय होतोय, तयार झाल्यानंतर तो वॉटर मध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह होतोय. So if it is dissolved, absorbed by the water, or it is dissolved into the water, so due to this dissolving of HCl into the water, soluble in water, so therefore the level of water it is increases. म्हणजेच असं होतंय की जर लेवल ऑफ वॉटर इन्क्रीजेस होते, तर त्यामुळे ही रिएक्शन्स काय होते की आपल्याला स्टडी करता येते, आणि याची ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन्स किंवा याचं आपल्याला बाकीचे कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करता येतात. ओके, सो आता याला झिरो ऑर्डर का म्हणतात की एव्हरी गॅसियस रिएक्शन्स त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कधीच चेंज होत नसते, आणि म्हणून कुठलीही गॅसियस रिएक्शन, इथे दोन्ही हायड्रोजन आणि क्लोरीन दोन्ही गॅस मॉलिक्युल्स आहे, आणि हे गॅस मॉलिक्युल्स काय होतात, दिस gas molecules, this is the gas molecules. This gas molecule it is not change their concentrations. त्याचे कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन तो चेंज करत नाही, आणि म्हणून जे काही गॅस मॉलिक्युल्स असतात, दॅट गॅस मॉलिक्युल्स इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज this gas molecules is called as the zero order reaction, these two gas molecules. Okay, and the formations of this HCl, this is the water soluble, and therefore the rise in water. And on the basis of this rising of water level into the vessel, so this rising, we can able to find out the rate of reactions or the any equations, the k equals to x upon t. So the rate of rise of water is the same as disappearance of the H2 and Cl2 molecules. आता हा रेट कसा असतोय, वॉटरची लेवल इन्क्रीज कशी होते, जसं तुमचं H2 आणि Cl2 molecules इट्स रिॲक्ट्स टू each other. So then and only then the one molecules HCl, two molecules of HCl will be formed, and it is dissolved into soluble into the water, and then water level is rising up. So it means that the simultaneous process which will happen, appearing of the HCl and disappearing of the H2 and Cl2 molecules. So their concentrations. The concentration of gaseous molecules does not change with the time, and hence the rate of reactions according to the law of mass actions remains constant. आता याचा जो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जे असेल तुमच्या HCl आणि H2 and Cl2 चं हे चेंज होत नाही with the time. Hence the rate of reactions according to law of mass actions, it is remains constant throughout the reactions, and so the rate of reaction is only depends on the temperature and the intensity of light. टेम्परेचर आणि इंटेन्सिटी ऑफ लाईट वरच काय होतं याचं फक्त डिपेंड होत आहे. ओके, सो therefore this it is called as the first order, this is called as a zero order reaction. Okay, now the second type of the order of reactions, that is the pseudo unimolecular reactions, that is the pseudo unimolecular reaction. Pseudo means त्यासारखा, pseudo means त्यासारखा दिसणे, म्हणजे ही युनिमॉलिक्युलर रिएक्शन्स नाहीये पण ती त्यासारखी दिसते, म्हणून त्याला आपण pseudo unimolecular reactions. So what is the definitions of this one, or how can it is explained? So pseudo unimolecular reactions are those in which the number of molecules involved in a more than one, but they still obey the kinetic equation of first order reaction. म्हणजे दोन पेक्षा एक पेक्षा जास्त. ओके, इथे दोन मॉलिक्युल्स आहे, हा एक मॉलिक्युल्स, हा एक मॉलिक्युल्स, दोन मॉलिक्युल्स असून ही सेकंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शन नाहीये, ही फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन आहे. अशा रिएक्शन्सला काय म्हणतोय आपण, सुडो युनिमॉलिक्युलर रिएक्शन्स. का बरं असं म्हणत असेल, बिकॉज the concentration of this water molecule does not get altered or does not change, or it is practically constant. So because it is in excess amount, so much during the process of because of its excessive amount, so we can say that it is a practically constant. ही एक्सेस अमाउंट मध्ये असते, लार्ज अमाउंट मध्ये H2 असतो आणि तो सॉल्व्हंट असतोय, म्हणून तो प्रॅक्टिकली झिरो किंवा प्रॅक्टिकली कॉन्स्टंट आपण म्हणतोय. And the acid here is the H plus ion. So this H plus ion acts as a catalyst. H plus ion acts as a catalyst. So therefore, this acid also does not change the concentrations, their concentration, or it does not enter into the product. So does not undergo the change in concentration of this H2O molecules as well as the H plus ions, this acid molecules, and therefore only the rate of reaction only depends on the only one molecule, that is the this acetic acid, uh, acidic ethyl acid, methyl acetate. So this methyl acetate only the change their concentrations and it is enter into the product. So therefore your reaction is depends on only this one molecule, and therefore this is called as the first order kinetics. And therefore, the reactions or this such a type of reaction, it is called as pseudo unimolecular reactions. अशा reactions ला आपण काय म्हणतोय, pseudo unimolecular reactions. The reactions, those in which the number of molecules involved in the more than one reactant molecule, but they still obey the kinetic equations of first order. आता ते कसं फर्स्ट ऑर्डर आहे ते आता आपण जस्ट इथे बघितलंय की बिकॉज दिस ऍसिड अँड दिस solvent H2O molecules is practically constant, and this is the catalyst, acts as a catalyst. So both the concentration does not change during the course of time of your reactions. So only the concentration of this is change, and your rate of reaction depends on only one molecule. So it is called first order kinetics. So rate of reactions or rate law for this dx upon dt equals to k into the concentration of this methyl acetate. So this rate of reactions for unimolecular reactions, we can say that, or we can study this reactions with the help of k is equals to 2.303 upon t into log of 10. T infinity minus T0 upon T infinity minus T. So this is the rate equations. We can study this pseudo unimolecular reactions, right? So this pseudo unimolecular reactions can be studied. This is the first example, hydrolysis of methyl acetate. So the pseudo unimolecular reactions having the second examples, that is the inversions of cane sugar. This is included in your syllabus. Both the examples are asked a number of times in university examinations. So just keep in your mind this examples. So inversions of cane sugar. So the inversion of cane sugar, it is a simply hydrolysis of sucrose molecule. This is the sucrose molecules. C12H22O11. So this is the hydrolysis of sucrose molecule in presence of H plus ion, in presence of H plus ion as an catalyst. Again here the H2 as a solvent molecule and it is practically constant. And catalyst, this is the catalyst, and catalyst, we know that catalyst does not take part into the reactions. So again, only the rate of reaction only depends on the concentration of this sucrose molecules. So thus this reaction, it is considered as a pseudo unimolecular reaction. म्हणून ही reactions काय आहे? Pseudo unimolecular reaction. How can these reactions can be studied, or their rate of reactions? So we can study the rate of inversions depends upon the concentration of these sucrose molecules only. So because the concentration of this water remains constant, it is a practically constant. We know that because the large quantity solvent, it is practically constant, and the H plus ions, it is concentration. This is the as an catalyst, and it is always constant. So they does not change their concentration in the reaction, chemical reactions, right? So the changing concentration of this sucrose molecule can be studied by the measurement of with a polarimeter. Polarimeter ने आपल्याला measure करता येते because sucrose molecules can rotate the plane of plane polarized light to the right, and resulting mixture is Leo rotated. So this is the plane polarized light, and it is can be studied with the help of this one instrument, and that instrument name is, it is called as the polarimeter. This is called as the polarimeter. You can study the measurement of हे कशासाठी, कारण the sucrose molecules हा rotate होतोय because the plane polarized light च्या presence मध्ये, and this result, and it is a revolutionary rotatory, we can find out the equations. The velocity constant is given by this. So once we know the readings, आपल्याला याच्यावरून readings मिळणार ह्या equation या polarimeter वरून. So these readings put into the equations, k equals to 2.303 into t into log of 10 is directly proportional to it is log of 10 is alpha 0. This is alpha, okay, this is alpha 0 minus alpha infinity. This is alpha 0 alpha infinity upon alpha t minus alpha infinity. So infinity means this is given, this is the reading after 24 hours. 24 hours नंतर जे रीडिंग घेतोय त्याला आपण इन्फिनिटी रीडिंग म्हणतो, ओके. अँड झिरो रीडिंग म्हणजे सोल्युशन्स तयार केल्याच आपण काय करायचं, याचं रीडिंग घेऊ शकतो. अँड आफ्टर टाइम टी, सो द टाइम इंटरवल नंतर, वेगवेगळ्या टाइम इंटरवल नंतर आपण त्याचं रीडिंग घेतो, त्याला अल्फा टी. सो व्हेन यू पुट this all readings into these equations, will get the k. K means the rate constant for these inversions of cane sugar, of this hydrolysis of the sucrose molecules. So we can study and measurement of the rate constant or rate of reactions of this pseudo unimolecular reaction. Example, it is inversions of cane sugar. So this is the examples of this pseudo unimolecular reactions. Pseudo unimolecular reactions, zero order reactions, या दोघांचे examples. Zero order reactions examples काय? Photochemical reactions in presence of a light, that is the hydrogen gas and the chlorine gas. Pseudo unimolecular reactions examples काय? Hydrolysis of methyl acetate and inversions of cane sugar. So the next order of reaction, it is a first order reactions. This is the first order reactions, and these first order reactions can be defined as, it is the first order reaction, a single atom or molecules of a reactant undergoes a change their concentrations and gives the product. म्हणजे एकच रिएक्टंट मॉलिक्यूल असं आहे किंवा ऍटम आहे, ऍटम म्हणणं इथे योग्य होणार नाही, मॉलिक्यूल्स विच दी change their concentration during the chemical reactions and gives the product, or it is enter into the product. The rate of reaction is directly proportional to the reacting substances. म्हणजेच तुमचा रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन्स हा ऑलवेज काय असतो, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द रिएक्टिंग सबस्टन्सेस. हे डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल असते रिएक्टिंग स्पेसिस सोबत. आता किती रिएक्टंट मॉलिक्यूल आहे, तर एकच रिएक्टंट मॉलिक्यूल आहे किंवा त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन चेंज होतंय. द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ रिएक्टंट मॉलिक्यूल कॅन बी चेंज. हे जर चेंज होत असेल तर तुमचा रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन्स ही फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन्स आहे. ओके. Some of the following chemical reactions are purely unimolecular of first order reactions. आता हे त्याचे examples आहेत. These are the examples of first order reactions. Which one? The decomposition of oxalic acids. This is an oxalic acid molecules. It is decomposes and converted into the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and H2O molecule. So this is called as the first order reactions. Second examples are decompositions of the nitrogen pentoxide in CCl4. So this is the N2O5. This is a nitrogen pentoxide and it is decomposes into the nitrogen oxides and O2 as in gas molecules. So this is again one first order kinetics. Again is first order kinetics. And third examples of first order reaction it is the decomposition of H2O2 in aqueous solution. So this H2O2, this is again one reactant molecule change their concentration and converted into the H2O and O2 as a gas. So all these are the first order kinetics. So this is an examples of the first order reactions. First order reactions examples किती आहेत? 3 आहेत. Decomposition of oxalic acids, decompositions of nitrogen pentoxide in CCl4, decomposition of H2O2 hydrogen peroxide in aqueous solutions. Now if you आता मी सांगितलं होतं की याला रेट डेरिव्हेशन्स आपल्याला डिफाइन करायचं आहे किंवा डेरिव्हेशन्स आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, डिराइव्ह करायचं आहे. So if you consider this is the A is the reactant molecule, it is converted into the product. So the rate of reaction it is D equals to minus D concentration of A upon dt equals to. आता याला आपण रेट लॉ मध्ये लिहितो तर K1 in concentration of A raised to power 1 आपण त्याला लिहितो, इथं 10 आहे पण 1 लिहायचं. ओके. Where K1 is the rate constant, this one is the of the first order reactions at the beginning of reactions time t. हा जो असेल तो beginning of reaction time t तो काय असतोय, this is the first order reactions, and this first order reactions the reactant one molecule undergo change, and in case of the first order reaction directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant molecules. So if it's we take an examples of the hydrolysis of methyl acetate, जसं आपण म्हटलंय की तेच examples घेऊ शकतो. Hydrolysis of methyl acetate, again the first order is COOCH3 plus H2O in presence of H plus ion and formations of CH3COOH plus CH3OH. This is again examples of this first order kinetics. Now derive the expression, derive rate equations for this first order reactions. Consider the general reaction, this one. A is the product, A is the reactant and converted into the product. So Ca is the concentrations of the reactant molecule A at time t. So this is the at time t. T is equals to 0 at initial concentrations. Let the concentration of A at initial level, that is small a mole per liter, and after the reactions has proceed or it performed for some times after time t, t equals to t. Okay, t equals to 0 means initial time and t equals to t means after time t. So this let the concentration of A that has reacted and it can be converted into the X. So A is converted into P. P means इथे इनिशियल टाइमला काय असणार आहे, तो हा 0 असेल, हा 0 असेल, पण आफ्टर टाइम टाइम हा काय असणार आहे, टी असणार आहे, काहीतरी टी 10 मिनिट्स आणि पी किती होणार आहे, एक्स. सो दिस इज द आफ्टर टाइम टी, दिस इज प्रोडक्ट एक्स. सो दिस इज the reacted molecules, this product it is X. हा X होईल. Okay. The concentration of unreacted remaining A reactant. आता reactant A हा remaining काहीतरी शिल्लक राहिला असेल after time t at time t will be A minus X. आता काय असतोय इनिशियल कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन्सला ए इज इक्वल्स टू 0 असतोय, म्हणजेच तो 0 असणार, म्हणजेच तो ए कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन असेल. आता आफ्टर टाइम टी नंतर किती एक्स झालाय, म्हणजे ए चं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती शिल्लक राहिलं तर ए मायनस एक्स. सो आफ्टर टाइम टी नंतर the remaining concentration of reactant molecule it is remains at A minus. So this is A minus X. The rate of reactions will be dx upon dt for the first order reactions. Then the rate is equals to dx upon dt equals to K1. Remaining concentration of the reactant molecules A is A minus X. So this is the first equation. Integrating these equations on both sides, that is, we'll get the equations integrating and rearrange these equations. आता या इक्वेशन्सला इंटिग्रेट करायचं आणि रिअरेंज करायचं आहे. ते इक्वेशन्स कसं होईल आता याच्यावरून सांगण्यापेक्षा मी काय करतोय, दुसरी स्क्रीन शेअर करतोय आणि त्याच्यावरून आपण ती समजून घेऊया. ओके, जस्ट सो A is the product, A is the reactant and P is the product. Okay, at initial concentrations it is the A and it is 0. After time t T10 हा किती होणार x. ओके, the remaining concentration of reactant A minus x. Okay, so this is the all the things which will be हे जेथपर्यंत तुम्हाला लिहिता येते तेथपर्यंत तुम्हाला हे इक्वेशन सॉल्व करता येईल. ओके, so the rate equations for this first order reaction it is dx minus dx upon dt is equals to dx upon dt equals to K1 into concentration of A. आता concentration of A म्हणजे काय, remaining concentration of this one is A minus x. So this is the equations, and that these equations it is integrating on both sides, integrating and rearrange on both sides. एक 5 मिनिट राहिले, 5 मिनिटानंतर परत त्याच याच्यावरती जॉईन व्हा सगळेजण. ओके, सो याला इंटिग्रेट केलं किंवा रिअरेंज केलं तर देअरफॉर मायनस डी एक्स मायनस डी ऑफ ए मायनस एक्स अपॉन डी इक्वल्स टू के इंटू ए मायनस एक्स. आता याला आपण रिअरेंज केलंय. सो दिस रिअरेंज इक्वेशन्स dx अपॉन dt फक्त रिअरेंज केलंय, इंटिग्रेट केलेलं नाही अजून. सो दिस इज k इंटू ए मायनस एक्स. ओके, अँड आता याला dx, आता हे जे आहे आपण हे जर असं लिहिलंय डी ऑफ ए मायनस डी ऑफ ए अपॉन dt प्लस dx upon dt. So here minus dA upon dt is equals to A is the constant, so therefore it is constant, and therefore the equation it is dx upon dt equals to k into A minus x. So this is a 0 and as A is constant. हे इक्वेशन 0 होईल का, तर हे A काय असतोय constant. Okay, and therefore this equations will be dx upon dt equals to k into A minus x. हे लक्षात आलंय. हे आपल्याला डीए कुठून मिळतो, तर हे डी ऑफ एक्स. ओके, म्हणजे हे दोन इक्वेशन हे कसं होईल तर असं होईल मायनस डी अपॉन डी टी प्लस डी एक्स अपॉन डी टी. तर आपण हे काय केलंय, 0 केलंय का, तर ए इज कॉन्स्टंट. सो देअरफॉर dx अपॉन dt इक्वल टू k into A minus x. Okay, once we know the equations of this one and rearrange these equations like this, the dx upon a minus x सेम फिगर्स एक साइडला आपण घेतल्या आणि k into dt. नाउ इंटिग्रेटिंग ऑफ दिस इक्वेशन्स. आता या इक्वेशन्सला आपण काय करतोय, इंटिग्रेट करतोय. सो हाऊ द इंटिग्रेशन्स ऑफ दिस वन, याचे इंटिग्रेशन्स काय होईल, व्हॉट इज द इंटिग्रेशन्स ऑफ दिस, द इंटिग्रेटिंग ऑफ दिस इंटिग्रेशन्स दिस dx upon a minus x equals to k बाहेर काढूया कारण तो कॉन्स्टंट आहे, इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ dt. व्हॉट इज द इंटिग्रेशन्स ऑफ दिस वन, याचे इंटिग्रेशन्स काय होते, येस it is the integrations of this one, it is log of e a minus x this one is equals to k हा कॉन्स्टंट आहे आणि dt चं इंटिग्रेशन काय होईल t plus C. C is the integrating constant. C is the integrating constant. Integration constant. Constant. Right. So now, if it is the integrations of this one, when the initial stage, at initial stage ला आपण consider करतोय, consider the reactions and initial stage when x equals to 0 and t equals to 0, x equals to 0, t equals to 0. So put this equation, put this value, put the value of x and t in equation. This is equation number 2. याला equation number 2 म्हणूया. This is your equation number 1. Okay. In equation 1, in equation 2, 2 मध्ये जर ते ऍड केलं तर what is the equations? Log of to the base e a minus x काय आहे 0. Okay. Equals to k into t काय आहे 0 plus c. So काय होईल? Log of to the base e a equals to k into हे काय होईल 0, so it is c. So log of a equals to c. This is the value of c. This is the value of c. So now put the value of c into the equation 2. Equation 2. Equation 2 मध्ये जर ते put केले तर what is the equation becomes? 2 हा equations कसं होईल? Just see what is the equations. It becomes 1 minute. Okay. What is the equation 2? Log of to the base e into a minus x is equals to k into t plus c. हे equation 2 आहे तुमचं. ओके. या इक्वेशन्स मध्ये तुमची c ची व्हॅल्यू पुट करायची आहे. सो देअरफॉर log of e a minus x is equals to k into t plus c. c काय आहे? log of e. log of e. log of e. So this is the e. Now log आहे एका साइडला जर घेतलं तर काय होईल? This is the equations. Log of, therefore log of a minus log of a minus x is equals to k is equals to kt. So log of a minus log of a minus x म्हणजे log a minus log b म्हणजेच काय होते? log of a upon b. So therefore we can say that log of a upon a minus x, a upon a minus x is equals to k into t, k into t. So this is the equations. Now these equations can be written into the form of k. So k is the proportionality constant or rate constant, म्हणून आपण त्याला k च्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहितोय. So k is equals to this 1 upon t into log of a upon a minus x. आता हा नॅचरल लॉग आहे ई आहे म्हणून त्याला जर आपण 10 च्या फॉर्म मध्ये जर लिहिलं असेल तर therefore rate constant k or velocity constant k, proportionality constant k is equals to 1 upon t. 1 upon t म्हणजेच काय तर 2.303. याला काय कशाने मल्टिप्लाय करायला पाहिजे? 2.303 upon t into log of to the base 10. हे 2.303 काय येते? कारण e जाऊन इथे काय होतंय? to the base 10 into a upon a minus x. And this is the equation, rate equation for first order reaction किंवा first order kinetics. This is the derivations equation, derivation equations for your first order reactions or kinetics. हे इक्वेशन्स नेहमी तुम्हाला युनिव्हर्सिटी एक्झाम मध्ये विचारल्या